On April 13, 1919, Baisakhi dawned, usually a day filled with the aroma of fresh harvest and the laughter of children. However, this day took a sinister turn, etching its name into history as one of the darkest chapters of injustice. It marked a seismic shift not only in the annals of Indian history but also in the trajectory of human civilization. From the moment the orders to fire were issued, the course of events unfurled, leaving an indelible stain on the conscience of British imperialism, a mark that remains unblemished to this day. Throughout history, the world has borne witness to various forms of exploitation by imperialist powers. Yet, the brutality of the events that transpired on this fateful day in Punjab surpassed all previous atrocities. The land of Punjab, known for its resilience and vibrancy, has plunged into darkness, its fertile soil soaked with the blood of hundreds, its rivers carrying the ashes of the fallen. Even today, the cries for justice reverberate through the walls of Jallianwala Bagh, where the earth still holds the scars of bullets fired in cold blood. The story did not unfold abruptly on April 13. It was a culmination of simmering tensions that had been building for weeks. It began a month earlier, on March 8, with the enactment of the Rowlatt Act. This draconian law, crafted by a sedition committee led by Sir Sidney Rowlatt, bestowed upon the British government unchecked authority to arrest any Indian without trial or evidence. The enactment of this law ignited a spark of dissent that quickly spread across the nation like wildfire. Led by the resolute leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, the people rose up in unified defiance against this affront to their rights and dignity. Nowhere was this defiance more palpable than in Punjab, where Hindus, Muslims, and Sikhs stood shoulder to shoulder, united in their resolve to resist tyranny. The situation escalated further on April 10 when two esteemed leaders of Amritsar, Dr. Saifuddin Kichlu and Dr. Satyapal, were unjustly detained. Their arrest ignited a wave of unrest that swept across Punjab, with sporadic acts of violence erupting in various parts of the region. Faced with mounting resistance, the British authorities resorted to extreme measures, imposing martial law in Lahore and Amritsar on April 11. However, the heavy hand of authority failed to quell the growing dissent, and by the time reinforcements arrived in Amritsar on April 14, the die had already been cast. As dusk fell on April 13th, the air in Jallianwala Bagh was thick with tension. Despite warnings from Colonel Dyer's soldiers against assembling in large numbers, thousands of unarmed civilians gathered in the enclosed space, their hearts filled with a mix of defiance and desperation. Little did they know that they were about to become unwitting participants in a tragedy of unprecedented proportions. With bloodlust in his eyes, Colonel Dyer, accompanied by his contingent of armed soldiers, descended upon the unsuspecting crowd, sealing off all exits and blocking any chance of escape. The events that unfolded next would forever sear the collective memory of a nation. With ruthless efficiency, Colonel Dyer ordered his men to open fire on the unarmed multitude, unleashing a hail of bullets that tore through flesh and bone alike. The sound of gunfire echoed through the air, drowning out the cries of anguish and despair. When the last echoes faded away, the ground was littered with the lifeless bodies of innocent men, women, and children, their dreams and aspirations extinguished in a matter of minutes. In the aftermath of the massacre, conflicting reports emerged regarding the number of casualties, while official British accounts put the death toll at 379. Indian sources claimed that the true figure far exceeded that number. Regardless of the exact count, the sheer scale of the tragedy was enough to shock the conscience of the world. Yet, despite widespread condemnation, justice remained elusive for the victims and their families. Colonel Dyer, the architect of the massacre, faced no repercussions for his actions, leaving a bitter taste of injustice in the mouths of those who had suffered the most. In the years that followed, the events of April 13, 1919 would come to symbolize the resilience and determination of a people unwilling to bow to oppression. The echoes of Jallianwala Bagh reverberated far beyond the borders of Punjab, inspiring generations of freedom fighters to rise up against colonial rule. It served as a stark reminder of the true cost of freedom and the sacrifices required to attain it. And though the perpetrators may have evaded justice, the memory of those who perished that fateful day lives on, a testament to the enduring spirit of those who refuse to be silenced in the face of tyranny. For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.